Hey there, and welcome back to the Alisa English Podcast, your go-to place for real, practical English learning. I'm your host, Alisa, and I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something that affects every English learner, no matter your level. We're talking about how to write better sentences, not just for essays and academic writing, but also for everyday use. Because let's face it, strong, clear sentences are the foundation of good communication. Whether you're sending an email, writing a caption on Instagram, or crafting a school essay, your sentence structure matters. So, in today's episode, we'll go over some simple but powerful techniques to help you improve your sentence writing, avoid common mistakes, and express yourself more naturally and effectively in English. All right, ready? Let's jump right in. The basics. What makes a good sentence? All right, let's kick things off by going back to where it all begins, the basics. And I know what you're thinking. I already know this. But trust me, even advanced learners sometimes forget the foundations. So, what makes a sentence strong in the first place? It's pretty straightforward. A good sentence has 3 essential parts. A subject, who or what the sentence is about. A verb, the action or state. And most importantly, a complete thought. Let me give you a clear example. She drinks coffee every morning. Simple, right? But it works. It's complete, clear, and you immediately understand what's going on. Now let's look at some common mistakes learners, and even native speakers, make. One big one is the fragment, like, because she was tired. Wait, because she was tired. What? What happened? That's not a complete idea. It leaves the listener or reader hanging. Another common error? The run-on sentence. She was tired, she went to sleep. 2 full thoughts, but no connector, no punctuation. It's rushed, unclear, and hard to follow. So here's rule number 1 for strong writing. Complete your thought. Use proper punctuation. And don't try to squeeze 5 ideas into one messy sentence. Take it slow. 1 sentence, 1 clear message. Remember, a clear, complete sentence is the first step to confident writing. Whether you're writing an email, an essay, or even a social media post, this basic skill builds your foundation. And once you've got the basics down, we can start adding style, flow, and variety. Let's move on to tip number 2. Mix it up. Vary sentence length and style. All right, so you've got the basics down. Your sentences are clear, complete, and correct. Awesome. Now it's time to take things up a notch and bring some rhythm into your writing. That brings us to the next point. Mix it up. Vary sentence length and style. Think of writing like music. If every note is the same, it gets dull fast. But when you mix fast and slow, soft and loud, suddenly it becomes engaging. It's the same with your sentences. Here's what I mean. Imagine reading this. The sky was dark, rain fell, the wind howled. Now, there's nothing grammatically wrong here. It's short, it's clear. But it also feels kind of flat, right? Like a robot reporting the weather. Now watch what happens when we add some sentence variety. The sky was dark and heavy with clouds, rain fell in steady streams, and the wind howled through the trees. See the difference? Some sentences are short, some are longer, more descriptive. This creates flow, movement, even emotion. That's the power of varying sentence length and style. Too many short sentences? It feels choppy. Too many long ones? It becomes a marathon to read, and you might lose your audience. So here's the tip. Mix it up. Let short sentences punch. Let long ones paint a picture. And use rhythm to guide your reader, or listener, through your thoughts. Think of it as conversation on the page. You wouldn't speak in a monotone, right? So don't write that way either. All right, now that we've got variety flowing, let's talk about something that ties your ideas together beautifully. Coming up next, transitions and connectors. Use linking words to connect ideas. All right, now that your sentences have some rhythm and variety, let's take things one step further. It's not just about how you write your sentences, it's also about how you connect them. That's where linking words come in. They're also called transition signals, and they do exactly what they sound like. They signal a shift, a connection, or a contrast between ideas. Some of the most common ones are, however, in contrast, furthermore, as a result, therefore. These little words are powerful. They act like glue, helping your ideas stick together and guiding your reader smoothly from one thought to the next. Let me give you a quick example. Here's a version without linking words. I studied hard for the exam. I got a high score. It's okay, but it feels a bit disconnected, like two separate facts. Now listen to this. I studied hard for the exam. As a result, I got a high score. Boom. That small phrase, as a result, changes everything. Now there's a cause and effect. It feels logical. It flows. Let's try another. The weather was terrible. We still went hiking. Again, sounds a bit robotic, right? Now with a linking word, the weather was terrible, however, we still went hiking. Much better. It adds contrast, and it shows that you're thinking about the relationship between your ideas. That's really what linking words do. They show the thinking behind your writing. They tell your reader, hey, this is a reason, this is a result, this is a contrast, without you having to explain everything in detail. And here's the thing. Without linking words, your writing can feel like a grocery list. With them, it feels like a natural conversation. Thoughtful, smooth, and connected. So, here's a little challenge for you. The next time you write a paragraph, try adding 2 or 3 linking words. Use them to show contrast, to give examples, or to explain results. Practice writing sentences that begin with therefore, for example, in contrast, or because of that. You'll be amazed at how much clearer and more professional your writing sounds. Coming up next, we'll talk about keep it tight, avoid redundancy and wordiness. Great, your writing flows better, but is it too long or repetitive? Let's learn how to trim the fat and be more precise. Here's a common problem. Due to the fact that the train was late, we missed the meeting. Let's tighten it up. Because the train was late, we missed the meeting. Or even better, we missed the meeting because of the late train. This is called avoiding redundancy, using more words than necessary. Words like very, really, basically often don't add meaning. For example, he was really tired. He was exhausted. One word, stronger impact. So whenever you write, ask yourself, can I say this in fewer words? Add color with descriptive clauses. All right, now that your sentences are clear, complete, and connected, it's time to talk about adding a little color to your writing. What do I mean by color? I mean depth, detail, description. Not just telling your reader what happened, but helping them see it, feel it, understand it more vividly. And one of the most effective ways to do that is by using descriptive clauses. Let's start with adjective clauses, also called relative clauses. These are phrases that describe a noun in more detail. For example, the man who lives next door is a doctor. Now, if we just said the man is a doctor, that's fine, but it's missing something. When we add who lives next door, we give more context, more life. We help the reader imagine the person, not just the profession. Another example, I read the book that you recommended. That small phrase, that you recommended, gives the sentence purpose. It answers a question before it's even asked. Which book? Then we've got adverb clauses. And these describe the when, where, why, or how of an action. For example, I'll text you when I arrive. She left early because she wasn't feeling well. Even though it was raining, they continued playing. Each of these clauses adds movement and logic to the sentence. Without them, the sentence might still be grammatically correct, but it's a little flat, a little too simple. Now, one thing to watch out for, don't overdo it. Too many descriptive clauses can overload your sentence and confuse your reader. It's like adding too many spices to a soup. It stops tasting good. So, here's your takeaway. Use adjective clauses to give more detail about people or things. Use adverb clauses to explain when, where, why, or how something happens. But always keep it balanced. One or two is enough in a sentence. Descriptive clauses are your paintbrush. They add richness and clarity to your writing. Just use them with intention. Up next, we'll dive into common sentence mistakes. Of course, even experienced writers make mistakes. Let's quickly review some of the most common sentence problems to avoid. Fragments, incomplete thoughts. Because it was raining. What happened? Run-on sentences. Too many ideas crammed together. She ran to the bus, she missed it, she cried. Fix it. Use punctuation or linking words. Comma splices, using a comma instead of a proper connector. Wrong. I was tired, I went to bed. Right. I was tired, so I went to bed. Or, I was tired, I went to bed. Be on the lookout for these when proofreading your writing. Now for practice time. How to get better at sentence writing. Now you know the what, but how do you practice? Here are 3 simple ways to improve. Read a little every day. Notice how writers build their sentences. Rewrite short sentences. Try adding clauses or linking ideas. Do daily writing prompts. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day builds confidence. You don't need hours, just a little consistent effort. Remember, writing is a skill, not a talent. Practice is what makes you better. All right, that's a wrap on today's episode. I hope you picked up some useful tips on how to write better sentences in English. Before we go, let's take a moment to review 5 useful words and 2 idioms we covered. I'll give a quick explanation and an example for each. The first word is clarity, being clear and easy to understand. Your writing needs more clarity to express the idea. The second word is redundant, repeated or unnecessary. Remove redundant words to tighten your sentence. The third word is transition, a change from one idea to another. Use transitions to guide the reader through your writing. The fourth word is consistent, staying the same over time. Practicing every day helps you become a consistent writer. The final word is descriptive, giving lots of detail. Adjective clauses help you write more descriptive sentences. In terms of idioms, the first idiom is trim the fat, remove unnecessary things. When editing, trim the fat to keep your writing sharp. The second idiom is be on the lookout, stay alert or watch for something. Be on the lookout for sentence fragments when proofreading. Thanks so much for listening to the Alisa English podcast. I'm Alisa, and I hope you'll keep practicing and experimenting with your writing. Remember, better sentences mean better communication. Until next